Well, let me guess. You learned Hangul and thought, yeah, that wasn't too bad. Some basic grammar. Cool. Easy. And then you learned Korean particles. Since then, you've probably had crippling insomnia and psychotic episodes, but today I am here to help you with that. My name is Gabrielle Sparta, and I am the Korean language teacher you have been looking for. I am here to relieve the pain in your life caused by Korean particles. Now, let's get down to business. To start us off, what in the actual are particles? Particles are a unique feature of the Korean language. You can think of them as these little signs that are placed after a word to let you know what is the purpose of each word in a sentence. We do not have particles in English. So for us English speakers, it can be a little bit difficult at first to get used to them since they do not exist in our language. But you might be thinking, well, why don't we have particles in English? If Korean has them, then why don't we have them? The reason we do not have particles in English is because, number one, English has a completely different language structure from Korean. And number two, in English, we rely instead on the word order of a sentence to understand the meaning of the sentence. Word order is key to understanding the meaning and function of each word. So, to understand Korean particles and this structural difference between English and Korean, we are going to dissect a simple sentence. The sentence is, Jenny eats pizza. We are going to identify the subject, verb, and object. If you know how to identify the subject, verb, and object in an English sentence, it will be a lot easier to understand Korean particles when we look at a Korean sentence. Before you have a fit of panic and say, holy moly, I don't even know what a subject, verb, or object is. Hold your horses. I'm going to give you 3 questions that you can ask yourself that will allow you to identify the subject, verb, and object in any given Korean sentence. Let's define the terminology. Now, what is a subject? A subject is the person or thing that is doing the action. Now, to find the subject of the sentence, we can simply ask the question, who or what is doing the action? In this sentence, Jenny eats pizza. Who is doing the action? Jenny is. So Jenny is the subject. Now, what is a verb? A verb is the action that is happening in the sentence. In order to find the verb, we can ask the question, what is the subject doing? Jenny eats pizza. The action word or doing word here is eats. So the verb is eats. And lastly, what is the object? In English and in Korean, objects are not essential to a sentence. Objects are in a sentence to give us information about what the subject is doing. We can structure our question in a general way, like this. What is the verb doing? We could also structure our question in a more specific way that is relevant to our simple sentence. What does Jenny eat? Or, what is being eaten? The answer to all of these questions is pizza. So our object here is pizza. Now I will illustrate the rigidity and the importance of word order in English. If I switch up the order of the words, I can change the meaning of the sentence. I'm going to put Jenny at the end of the sentence and pizza at the beginning. Let's see what we have here. Pizza eats Jenny. As you can see, with this word order change, I have changed the meaning of the entire sentence. I can't put words in any order I feel like. If I change the word order, I change the meaning. Now, Korean is the opposite to English in this regard. It has a very malleable sentence structure. We can shuffle our words around and things still make sense. Why? Because we have particles. Let's look at this simple Korean sentence. 제니가 피자를 먹어요. Now, if you can't read Hangul, don't despair. I will explain the elements of this sentence to you in English. Jenny is Jenny. 가 is the subject particle. 피자 is pizza. 를 is the object particle. And 먹어요 is our verb to eat. As you can see here, we have these little particles directly after the words to show the function of each word in a sentence. In Korean, the subject tends to go at the front, object in the middle, and verb at the end. But this is not fixed. Now, I could say 피자를 먹어요, 제니가, and the sentence still maintains its meaning. I could also say 먹어요, 제니가 피자를, and it still makes sense. But why? Because we have these little signs that tell us specifically what each word is doing in a sentence despite the word order. Unlike English, where word order is integral to the meaning of the sentence, Korean is very fluid. The only way I could change the meaning of the sentence while keeping the same words is by changing what particles are attached to each word. For example, if I put the subject particle with pizza and the object particle with Jenny, I can change the meaning of the sentence to pizza eats Jenny. 피자가 제니를 먹어요. It is only by switching these particles I can change the meaning of the sentence. Now, to answer the burning question, why in the does Korean have particles? Number one, it is a unique feature of the Korean language. Number two, particles clearly show the meaning and function of each word in a sentence. And number three, it allows sentences to have a malleable form. We do not need to rely on word order to understand the meaning of a sentence. In Korean, there are many more particles beyond the subject particle and the object particle. However, to introduce the concept of particles to your English speaker brains, we have only discussed a few of them today. We will be discussing other particles and conundrums, like the difference between 이가 and 은는 in videos to come. Thank you for watching. I hope you have found this information useful. Please feel free to write down any questions you have for me in the comment section below. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.